The red blinking means it's on, right?
This is actually my copy that I read out of, so I write mine on it and mark pages. I don't come from a writer's background. Writing lyrics, big deal. You know what I mean? Hey, fuck the government, give me free cheese. But I didn't really pay attention in school. My grammar is terrible. I remember I had a teacher in school, I turned in a report and he said, "You are not a writer." That's what he said to me. And I remember it kind of like hurt my feelings because I really tried to write something. And then there was another guy in the class and he really, he goes, "Oh, you need to expand this. You've got a real talent," to this other guy. And to me, basically said, "Nah, you suck. You're not good." So how this started, to be completely honest, it was money. It was like, hey, I need to make some money. Somebody says, hey, write a book, you should write a book. So that's how it even started. It was basically, and I think a lot of projects start like that with some people. It's like, hey, I'm broke, what the fuck am I gonna do? And it was something that had just been talked about because other guys that write books. Like I'd see these guys write books and I'm thinking, why is this guy writing a book? He wasn't even there. He's writing a book about people that were there. And then the other thing that was kind of fucked up is, a lot of the people that deal with me, they just wanted horror stories. That's what they wanted. They wanted tales of me, hitting people and fucking torturing and burning and bomb making and blah, 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 and all this shit, man. And frankly, it's a lot of stuff that I don't feel so good about doing to people anymore. Before I was writing the book, I was actually seeing a Jesuit brother, and he and I would discuss spiritual theory. Whatever you believe in or whatever, there's certain principles, there's certain ways to act that hold true whether you believe in a God or don't believe in a God. Whatever, it's just, hey, we're going to practice the principle of non-violence, non-resistance to evil, if you want to call it non-resistance to negativity, you can say if you trouble with the word evil. So I was seeing this Jesuit brother, and he and I were discussing spiritual theory once a month, and I quit seeing him to write the book because I knew I couldn't talk about the spirit while I was writing about evil. And so basically I fell in, I was sucked in, I had become absorbed with the writing. There were days that I would write 18 hours a day. I was eating rotten food, I wasn't returning phone calls. I was completely absorbed in the book to the point that my daughter and a couple of friends got together to have an intervention on me because they thought that my methods had become completely unsound. The book is written from the point of view of somebody fucking falling apart. And I had to relive going back. I haven't had booze in my mouth in years. I gotta relive what's it taste like. What's whiskey taste like going down? Charcoal, dirty, kind of a little dirt, charcoaly taste. Like what's it feel like when it runs down your throat? What does it feel like when you hit somebody? How's the flesh feel when you hit, basically if you hit in here where it's loose and not as fleshy, or when you're hitting over bone? What's it feel like to take a tooth out? What is it, so to relive that and also relive my interactions with people that are now dead. So you're really dredging up a lot of shit. And once I got it done, I actually felt like I didn't want to release it. I write from the subconscious, so I can't feel any accomplishment on something that I didn't consciously do. There's a couple of stories in here that actually happened earlier in my life or later in my life, and I moved them around so they would fit the story better. So yeah, there's parts of it that are fiction, but I don't think I would have came up with the same idea or treated it in the same manner without the past I had. And a lot of it also, what I used in the book is hypnosis tricks. I'm a hypnotist. So I used some hypnosis tricks in the book to basically lull you into relaxation and then hit you with brutality. So I think in some parts, the fact that I used that in the book actually makes parts of it more disturbing than it would have been if I hadn't. Some of the benefit of the way I wrote it is it took some of the harshness away, some of the pain, and it gave the reader an excuse to say, that's not real, that's not real, that's not real. I didn't really realize what I was getting into when I first started doing it. Being a writer, you don't get paid.
Yeah.
It's enough. What the fuck am I going to do? I mean, actually though, if I would have sold this on my own, this is one thing about, when you get guys talking about self-publishing, I mean, it's nice to say, yeah, I'm a published author. It's a real house. I'm a published author, blah, blah, blah. Great. Who put your book out? Did you put it out yourself? No, I didn't. It's a real house. They put my book out. I'm a published author now, I'm no longer a writer. I'm an author, whatever the fuck. However, if I would have done it myself, I would have made a lot of money this year. So now that I've said I'm a published author, every other book's getting released by me. My goal is to be a transmitter, to be helpful, to be a transmitter, to let someone know, hey, I feel like you feel, I understand what you feel like, it's okay. I recognize that pain because I have it. Once I see this interview right here, I probably want to punch myself in the face, but